Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Success is a Mindset series. I have the wonderful Posh Kings here tonight. I'm super excited to do this interview. They are just amazing. I mean, and then I just like my spirits just automatically get uplifted every time I see your posts. They're fun. You know what I mean? Like,
Thank you.
It's always exciting. Yeah. So
it is an honor to be here, and thank you so much for having us.
Oh no, I mean, I felt like I'm the honored one because I'm like, I'm over here just starting my YouTube channel. I'm low down over here, but I've been building over there on IG, but I don't think I'm even as far as you guys are. I was like, I didn't even realize that you had that. I had never really looked until I got ready to do the interview with you guys, because I always kind of stalk the page a little bit just to see what might be going on. I might be missing something or whatever. And so
you're tripping. That's good.
Yeah, you know, to see what you guys are doing right now. And so I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know they had 109K followers. That's a lot.
It's been a long time.
It's been a journey.
And honestly, a lot of that has to do with, kind of branching out, because we had, really focused on getting followers that were resellers, where we could interact, so forth and so on. And now we kind of are focused on trying to get other people that are just general public so that they are buyers.
Exactly. You want people that are going to interact with your content too. And so I do try to focus on that as well. So I guess for anybody that might not know you, or actually before we do that, I'm just going to do a few announcements just to try to let a couple more people come in.
Sure.
So if you do not know me, my name is Brittany, and I'm all bossed up. My new name. I just changed it recently, and I'm excited about my new journey with reselling and entrepreneurship. And so that's what I do here, and I love to motivate others. I have a show on Mondays called Motivational Mondays. That one's at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, generally speaking. But I am thinking about changing that to a lower, not a lower, but an earlier time, because I'm kind of like the Posh Kings. I need my beauty rest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that way, if I get all my shows done at a certain hour, then I can, relax for the rest of the evening, have dinner with the family or whatever. And I'm done. Maybe jump on somebody else's live. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But, so I've got that, and then I've got this one, Success is a Mindset, which the new time is going to change to 6 p.m. for sure. I'm sure about that. And then I've got on Sundays, my favorite one thus far, actually on Sundays, I really like that one because it's just a community chat where everybody talks about their highs and their lows. And then we try to set like a small improvement. Last week we did some giveaways. It went really well. It was fun. I loved it. So I would love it if you guys can join that as well. That's at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time every Sunday. So that will be fun. Yes, just so you guys know as well. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and get on started. I wanted to know, we know you guys are resellers, but I didn't remember if it was just, I know you're the Posh Kings, but is it just on Poshmark?
It was for a while. We probably, I would say, we tried eBay a few years ago, but I think, like a lot of people, it was very daunting.
Very intimidating.
And I think what's strange is, and I can only speak for ourselves, what really was so strangely frightening was the shipping. When you're a posher, it's so easy. It's handled for you.
Yep.
It's just, it's done simple. Poshmark really does make things so easy.
It does, yeah.
That we became so spoiled, I would say. So we tried it and we listed a few things and we just lost interest quickly. And then I guess about a year or so ago, we, List Perfectly came to the scene, and it made it so much easier. We wanted to grow our business. Yeah, and look, at some point you can continue to grow on any particular platform, but if you can grow on 4 or 5 platforms at the same time,
oh yeah,
that many more eyes on your goods.
Yep.
Exactly.
The income is monumental. The change that you can possibly have.
Yes.
So we're now on Mostly. I mean, we're on a few others, but eBay, Mercari,
Tradesy,
Tradesy,
Poshmark,
of course.
Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. So it's going well. Very well, actually. We can't complain.
And I would say, which one of those out of all those platforms is like your money maker, basically, or the one that you like the most too? I mean, sometimes it's not the money maker, so you can tell me both.
Right.
You know, like,
I think the best one is Poshmark so far.
Poshmark obviously is our favorite. It's so easy breezy. That and our numbers are always higher on Poshmark. Period. What I will say
It's more interactive.
And it's more interactive. It's more fun, and there's
Yeah.
some positives about it. We do sell a lot of high price point items on eBay. We find that sometimes we get far more for a specific item there than we can get anywhere else. Which, is pretty major because you want the best price on every item you have. So that's where we're doing well.
Mercari is easy for like the quick flips, I call it.
Items.
Casual, contemporary brands. Very simple, easy breezy. It takes a little more work on Mercari. You have to always like relist things after you send out offers because you can't keep. You always have to like keep lowering your offer points. So you always have to like relist on Mercari.
It's imperative with Mercari. You have to relist. You can only list it and forget about it so much.
Oh, go ahead.
Hey, Pink Diva.
Yeah, I was gonna say hi to Rhonda. She's like, I shop every single sale. I always share them. I've been trying to cut back on my shopping, but
well, we love you for that.
Got the itis.
It's hard.
I don't always do right in that department. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna keep it real. I actually got to meet Rhonda this past weekend for the first time, and it was awesome. I had to take her to my little honey hole over here in Texas, or one of them, and we had a good old time. So I'm like, and we definitely had to thrift. I mean, that's one thing we have in common, but I only spent $35. So I was like, you know what? We still had some fun, and I didn't have to break the bank to do so.
We love Texas in general. If we didn't have family members here in Florida, we would live in Texas.
Yep.
We love Texas.
Oh yeah, because the weather's good. That's what I like about Florida, and I love the palm trees. Like, the trees are just amazing. I just want to take pictures with them all the time. I'm like, do you see that? So awesome. I wanted to say hi to Keisha. Hi.
Hi, Keisha.
Hi to everybody. Chat. Thank you guys for joining in. Is it MQT Adventures? I'm not sure if I was saying it right. She says eBay keeps her confused. It is confusing when you first start.
Yep.
Hi to Terry at Evolving Always.
Hey, Terry.
Hillary Roy. Hello, welcome. That's a new one from me. I haven't seen you, so welcome here. You are all welcome. So I'm just kind of running through the chat a little bit so I can clue everybody in. Oh, I didn't know. Hi.
Hello, we love you.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you so much for joining. And then Keisha's here. And Anubis is here. So I'm so glad all of you could join tonight. So I'm going to ask you the same thing I just asked Sarah last night when I did her interview because it was interesting. What is your, sorry, I forgot about Derek. How you doing, Derek? Welcome to the chat. But I'm going to ask you what your favorite thing is about reselling. Your favorite thing.
Mine is the freedom of it. In our prior life, we owned a chain of men's luxury clothing stores, which some people may know. But even though we were the owners, we were still working 12, 14 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We never saw each other.
Unless we went on vacation. But the freedom of reselling is amazing. You can't list and go out or do anything like that. But it's the most amazing thing that, pre-COVID, we could go and sit, at a bar or restaurant and, have drinks and eat and work at the same time. And not feel that we were not working or being productive. Right. I think the freedom.
Yeah.
You know, so many people
agree.
in the traditional 9 to 5 don't have that freedom to also work, make money, and live their life as they would like to live it. Meaning, be able to go places and do things. So that really is it, freedom.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say hands down. I think I did an interview with Rhonda last week or the week before last, and I said the same thing. That is my favorite thing, is just having that freedom. Because I didn't own my own store, but I have my own daycare, and then before that I was in retail management. So both of those just seem to be just a lot. You know what I mean? Like, and you have to work on the holidays and stuff, and it, you know. And the company that I work for didn't care that much about your personal life. They just didn't really care. It wasn't a work-life balance. So I missed out on a lot of things because of that. So the freedom is definitely, you know what I mean? Like that's probably like I said, the number one thing for me, you know?
It's monumental. It really is.
And it's fun. No, especially
fun.
on IG. It is so fun. I'm going to go to some of the comments because I can see some more people talking. Lisa, Jules. I was on the phone. Told him that she had to go. It's time. Thank you, Rhonda, for the thumbs up. Everybody give this a thumbs up, because a lot of people forget. I know when I am joining these lives and it's on YouTube, I often forget. So it is good to have somebody remind everybody. So anyway, so on to the next. And I wanted to pick your brain a little bit about the sourcing. And maybe you can give, you know, some sourcing tips, or I think a lot of people are trying to find suppliers and build like relationships, or maybe you can help with the sourcing and then the building of the relationships. Like, how do you do that? You know what I mean? Like, I know you already had probably some connections from having the store. But
We did.
I think also, and I think in general, people can be very shy. You know, if we find what we could be, if we walk into, I don't know, a specific thrift store or business or outlet that we feel we can find goods on the regular, we have no problem going to the register, asking to speak to the manager in a pleasant way, not in a, you know, in a caring way, and saying, look, you know, this is what we do. You know, we could spend a lot of money here. If there are any various offers or deals that you offer regular clients, you know, we're in it to win it. It's important to build relationships with people that, you know, oversee these stores. Mm-hmm. You know, prime example, with some of the smaller stores, especially like consignment shops and so forth, look, they're dumping merchandise all the time. And we'll tell them, this is what we're looking for. If you have it, if it goes to a certain price,
we'll buy it.
Let us know, and we go get it, or they ship it to us. You know, I think sometimes it can be very hard, and it's like finding a needle in a haystack if you're just popping into the big box stores, you know, praying to Jesus that something fabulous is going to come, you know, and shoot out.
Or you spend multiple hours trying to do it, which is, you know, time is money.
Definitely. You know, we don't do a lot of big box shopping. And what I mean by that is it's a lot of territory to cover, and it really can be hit or miss. Yeah. What we have found has been extremely beneficial to us are smaller, small charity-based consignment. I don't want to say consignment stuff, but resale shops, I guess you want to call it that. You know, as an example, those that are in the Midwest and the Northeast, there's a chain called Ruth's Closet, and the funds go to benefit battered women and children. So they have, it's Ruth's Closet, and the actual charity is called House of Ruth. Yeah. And what they do is, you know, typically those small charities and often things that have to do with the elderly, pets, women, children, they kind of leave men out in the loop on the side. Just kidding, you know, but they have major benefactors. You know, they have wealthy women in their area that, you know, at the end of season, you know, a lot of women of a certain economic level only wear certain things for one season and then they donate them. So you find these smaller places, you know, they have big brands and they have them at great prices because they're also smaller stores. So they have to flip that merchandise out. They can't just price it high and sit on it.
So they carry better merchandise also.
Yeah. The smaller the store, the better the price. The bigger the store, the higher the price. Always.
That's really great advice. And I think it's actually true because my favorite honey hole stores, like, you know, those are the ones that they support the community in some type of way. It's where, you know, those are my favorite ones. And they usually have the best prices. You are right about that. And they have the best sales. Like they have the $2 sales or fill a bag sale or whatever.
Fill a bag sales are the best.
And you always when there's smaller stores, you can really develop close relationships with management and salespeople.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as an example, House of Ruth's Closet, how we first found out about it. And look, there are tons of them all across the country that do similar things. A friend of ours at this other store said, "Have you ever been to, you know, this particular store, Ruth's Closet?" And I said, "No, I've never heard of it." And she said, "You have to go down." She said, "They're having their $5 sale." I'm like, and this was probably about 4 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm like, okay. So we drove down. It was like a 20-minute drive. And we went in, and we immediately went to the shoes and bags. And there were tons of Chanel, Gucci, Dior, all that shoes. And I said to who I thought was one of the sales clerks, I said, "I'm not understanding." Later I found out she was the manager. I said, "You know, somebody told us that everything here is $5. She said, "Okay." And I said, "But these are Gucci shoes and these are Chanel shoes." She said, "It's the end of our season. We have more stuff. We have to get this out." And I said, "So you're telling me Gucci shoes are $5?
Wait a minute. Let me hear this again.
One season old."
Yep.
She said, "Nobody else wanted them." She said, they all have to leave this week."
Yep.
So we ended up buying, I think, with 400 or 500 pairs of shoes that day. It was stupid. So definitely look for the smaller stores because they have control. Big box stores, you know, the managers really don't have a lot of control. Salespeople have no control over pricing or certain specials that they can, you know, do if you spend a little more money. So small stores are definitely a big savings for the reseller.
Look, Lisa said you struck gold.
Yes, I did. Yes, we did.
Many times over.
Okay.
Chanel shoes are $5.
I can't.
She said, now that's what I call a deal. Right. And like if you notice with a lot of the Terry says, yes, Greenville is my sister, my sister's closet.
Sister's closet, yeah. Same thing.
I haven't heard of it, but hey, I'm gonna come to Greenville at some point. I have twin sisters there. No, but no.
Here's the tip, and they're all across the country. Is one of our good friends goes to one in Sarasota, Florida. The Hadassah for Jewish charities. So you have typically, you know, it's from the synagogues and so forth. They donate. So look for the Hadassah thrift shops. They're literally coated
high-end items
in luxury items.
Yeah.
Great prices.
A lot of St. John.
Yeah.
Armani.
And definitely, you know, look, everybody knows neighborhoods
says we have one.
more affluent, you know, in their towns or their states. So you always want to go to a wealthier neighborhood. You know, you don't.
Also, the charity, like if it's women's battered shelter, you know, zones, those are going to get better product because they want to raise more money for it. So that's where you always want to go.
Yeah.
Even with pets and animals, you know.
Some people are saying that the neighborhoods that are not so great have some of the, you know, they have some of the highest prices actually, is what I was actually going to say, that the neighborhoods that you would think, oh, I'm going to go here and they're going to have a deal because it's like, so you're right. I think you do kind of, you know, got to get into a better area to get some of the better luxury items.
Well, you know, I have to tell you, no shame on Goodwill, but what we have found, We've never had a lot of luck with Goodwill, so to speak, because it is so hit or miss. It's great, and a lot of people have major luck, and that's so cool.
So
Right.
so it works for y'all. It might not work for us.
Or where we live.
Right.
But what we have seen is the Goodwills that are in the better neighborhoods have the worst stuff, and the Goodwills in maybe neighborhoods that are,
Gentrifying.
Growing. Let's say.
Gentrifying.
They have the better merchandise.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was like. The Goodwills have just gotten a little bit too high, but it's like you said, it is hit or miss. Like for me, anyways, personally. Terry says, "Okay, Poshkings, what are you drinking? It looks good."
It's orange soda, actually. It's diet orange soda.
It looks like real drinks.
We're on like our coming out of COVID is no point diet.
So over COVID.
So we can't drink that much anymore.
Now, I know that you all are, just like me, affiliates for List Perfectly. Are you affiliates with any other, like, do you do any other affiliate relationships of any sort, or is it just with them?
I get a lot of offers. But I have to be honest, we only want to support things that we really believe in and that we use. And, it looks kind of silly if I'm going to, do a diet pill, at my weight. It's like, that's a silly example. But really, that's only affiliates for the moment. We get a lot of offers, but sometimes they're, things that maybe it's not something we use or do.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm like, I don't like doing that either. I like to only support, like I don't want to support any other programs other than what I actually believe in or a product that I've actually tried. So like I do a little bit of affiliate marketing, but it's just like on my YouTube videos or the links or in my link tree of stuff that I've tried, like on Amazon or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I have an Amazon Associates account, but other than that, so I'm talking about like getting into a lot of people that do reselling do other things. So are you doing any other thing other than just the reselling, like any other businesses or anything that's sprung from the fact that you do reselling?
Right now, we're reselling. That's what we do.
That's it.
I think we may move into, because I am kind of missing the camaraderie of working with clients. One, it's face to face. I will never go back to full-time owning a store.
Brick and mortar.
It's too hard. The costs are so ridiculous. However, what we're considering is opening a small store where there's a storage area for merchandise. We have a small showroom floor, and we open up 2 days a week.
Okay. Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
And we've been in the garment business for so many years. It's kind of what we know what we do. So anything we do, I think, will be tied to that.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good for the future. Any other future endeavors other than that, or just going to be doing what you're doing pretty much?
Well, we're hoping to get married soon.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. We've been engaged for a while now. But COVID kind of put a stop to a wedding. So, maybe we'll run off to Vegas as soon as it's safe.
And just elope. Look, forget
it. It's a lot cheaper.
Planning kind of stresses me out, to be quite honest. I don't know how you feel about it, but like if I could have somebody, because I may be getting married soon too, which I'm so excited about, but I'm almost to the point where I'm like, I'd rather do a destination wedding because I want something off the water. But I just don't like the planning part. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do all this, pick the flowers, pick all this stuff. It's like too much. Just let me pick a package. I'm like, okay, I'll take that package. And,
all those destination places, they do packages. You tell them how much you have to spend, and they show you what they can do.
Yeah.
Look, she says she's crashing that wedding. I'm gonna be lurking around outside. If I don't get invited in, I'm lurking.
I want y'all to be there.
There you go.
Every last one of you.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I know it's expensive. Like the more people you have, too, it's a lot of money per head. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you do it, plan it, and you don't. Like I was watching it. I don't know what show that was, but they get to pick in between a house and a.
Oh my God, we just started watching that show.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where they choose between their wedding or a house.
Take a
Mortgage
house.
or a wedding or
Right. I think that might be what it's called. Yeah. But it's interesting what they choose because I'm going to ask you guys and then I'll tell you what I would choose. Okay. So what do you think? What like if you had to choose in between getting married and the house, spending that money?
House.
Me too. I'm going to just say that right now off the top. Me too. I was like, what are they thinking about with this whole wedding thing? Because, I mean, how you feel about each other is how you feel about each other. And that's probably not going to change. You know what I mean? Like, just stay together and maybe do that investment in that house, that money. I feel like could go. I don't know. I feel like you'll have more equity in the house.
Yes.
Than the wedding.
I think that's something that really comes with being a reseller. You really learn value in things, the value of a dollar, no matter how much you make or this or that. Like, you really learn how to you learn a whole new appreciation for money and prioritizing.
Everybody is agreeing, but it just
house. That's what's up.
Hands down, I'm house. You know, wedding because that stuff it costs so much too. But I mean, you do want to have a good wedding. But if I had to choose in between the two, I'm definitely gonna pick the house. What she said, Keisha says we won't have to argue about the house and the big. You got thank you, Terry. Beautiful people in the chat. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up, please. I'm probably low on people hitting the thumbs up, so make sure you hit the thumbs up. Don't forget. Thank you so much, Terry, for that.
Thank you, Terry.
So what I wanted to ask you guys, because one thing that you're good at doing is cheering everybody up. So, you know what I mean? But what about when you're not having such a good day or whatever, or something's not going right for you? What do you do? Like, what's your favorite activity or what helps you feel better?
Look, and this is...
We're both goofy.
Yeah, we're kind of, our humor is pretty silly by nature, and so we're pretty good at cheering each other up. But, look, reselling has a lot of ups and downs.
Of course it does.
It has good days, bad days,
Yep.
Clients that are amazing and clients that, try your patience. But because reselling, most people do work from home, so the work can be all-consuming at times.
Yes, it can.
If we're just like kind of done and fried, we have no problem. I'm better at it than he is. And I'll say, you know what? We can sit it all aside. Let's just sit on the sofa, pour a drink, watch some television, and push away from it. Sometimes you have to push away. And it really works, And I think we're just generally happy by nature most of the time. Anyway.
Yeah.
Most of the time. He's the grumpy one. And
I'm a Cancer, so I'm super moody.
I am so neutral.
He's more neutral, but I'm so moody and like up and down.
Yeah. I am generally happy most of the time. So I think for me, when I'm down, if I can maybe brighten somebody else's day, that's one thing that also helps me. But I mean, just do something that I need to, the more I can get off of this list too, that's great. But sometimes it's not even about my list. Sometimes it's about I need to decompress. And so I need to take a break that's actually a mental break. You know what I mean? Like, or at least, like you said, have a drink and just watch some TV and get out of what you have going on for a little while.
It's super important.
As retailers, again, because most of us work from home environments. So it really just, it's so important to be able to pull time away for yourself. And also, and I'm a firm believer that, if you work incessantly, it's not good for the brain, and you're really not getting ahead because you're burning out.
That's true.
Structure. Yes, we'll share a bit, late in the night while we're laying in bed, what have you. But in general, we really structure a day, and we are 9 to 5 people. We structure it around like a job.
A normal, like 40.
We start at 9, we plug all day, and at 5 o'clock, when I'm not on I got to lose a lot of weight diet, the booze is flowing.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So I like to have a good drink here and there, but I'm not much of a liquor person. When I do, what do you guys like to drink? Like I don't drink liquor, but I like wine. I do. I can't say I don't ever have it. Mixed drinks is what I like.
Vodka just because of the calories.
But I love wine. I love wine. Red wine, white wine, I'll take it all.
We have. Okay, here we go. How much time is committed to sourcing per week or month?
Okay, so we're not traditional, and what we're going to say
define
is,
that, because that is,
everybody has what works for them.
Yeah.
And
everybody has his suspicion.
Yeah, and there's a second part I'm going to add to it, which can be controversial. But whatever works for you out there, do it. But this is what we do. We do not believe at all in you have to list 3, 4, 5 items a day and all that mayhem. We typically list once or twice a week. Sometimes we'll go 2 weeks without listing, and we still make a great income doing what we're doing.
Daily sales.
What I would say is, because we like to compartmentalize, meaning we will go shopping, and I'll talk about the time in a second. We'll go shopping, we'll buy, whatever we're going to buy for that week or 2 weeks or what have you, and we will list 150 or 200 items in a day. And we just plow it out. Now, those days, we will be listing for, 14 to 16 hours.
It's a long job. You have to get it done, get it moving.
So if we're going to list, we're going to list.
That's worse for us.
If we're going to do this, we're going to do it. We really do everything like in bulk, so that we're not constantly hopping all over the place. And quite honestly, again, I can only speak for ourselves, is that if we can make a solid income not listing every day,
then everybody else can
I don't know if it's the algorithm is saying you have to. What I will say is, and maybe what the percent,
more items
or when you put new items in, they're new to the list. So yes, they get higher visibility. So I think that sometimes is the misconception of, it's not necessarily an algorithm issue. It's that you just put something in and it's getting higher visibility because it's just it. Amount of time we're listing, a lot of it has to do with season. And what I mean by that is, what do we need? How many items do we have available? What categories are we missing? There are times when we've went shopping 3 days in a row, and there are other times when we can hit it. There was this amazing place we found last week, and we bought 700 items in a matter of 3 hours. That's hand-picking 700 items.
Long checkout time, of course.
It took them 3 hours to bring us up. It was mayhem.
It was mayhem.
But we try to, whatever we do, we try to do it in bulk to save time, because you're better off, let's say, going, if you're your honey hole, so to speak, is Goodwill, you're better off going 3 or 4 hours at a time than going maybe 4 days a week. And checking out. Yes, sometimes you'll miss those special things that were there and you weren't there to get them. It does happen. But time, it's about investment of time.
Well, because time is money. It's
Time is
that old motto. Time is money. You want to get in, get out, get home, list it. If we have 300 items sitting outside waiting to be listed, that's just money that's just sitting there.
We don't believe in
that. So we spend days doing marathon listing, because it's not going to make any money if you don't put it up. So we have to get up as fast as you can.
We also always make sure that, unless there's something particular that's going on, by Thursday at 5 o'clock, our merchandise
has to be listed for the weekend.
week.
Because you're going to work the page or the pages.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you have to sell. You
Yeah.
can't work,
Yeah.
mess around with taking pictures, and who has time for that?
Yeah.
You have to work on selling.
Right.
So we try to get it listed early in the week and then push out
And be done
the
by
promotions.
Thursday 5.
Yeah, so we push out the promotions for the weekend.
Okay. That sounds like a plan, because that's kind of what I like to do. If I can have the weekend pretty much to myself and just go to things like chats and stuff that I want to go to, like or a Posh and Sip or whatever's going on that I want to do, that is better, not to have to work on the weekend. But Sunday right now is generally when I'm doing my prep for the week. Like at some point I'm going to do some kind of prepping. Now I might not do the whole thing for the week, but that's when I'm doing my prep. But for me, I'm starting to think about a model that includes more retail arbitrage, or just a way to get it in, to me without me having to go to the store, to eliminate that time.
Right.
Because I'm taking all this time to get this stuff ready because I'm particular, and I will not put a wrinkled shirt on a mannequin or on a wall and take a picture of that. I just won't do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm too picky. I just won't do it. So, the only other thing I could do is try to eliminate the time maybe, and, don't, or get, you can change your price point and say, okay, I'm not going to pick up anything that isn't at least going to resell for $20 or $25. And that's after they've lowballed. Like, it's pretty much going to sell for this amount for the most part.
Sure.
You can't really be spot on every time. And there's going to be something that's been sitting there for a long time, and somebody finally offers you $15 or $18 or whatever, and you're just like, the heck with it, because I do that.
Well, sometimes you just get tired of looking at it.
Yes, I'm tired of sharing it. I don't know. I think it was Ron that said that. She was like, I'm just sick of this stuff that's in my closet right now. Like, it's annoying.
Every 3 months, we are so sick and tired of certain things.
So we try to
just get it out and move
push
on.
it.
Look,
push it.
Department stores do it. We did it when we had our chain of stores. Sometimes it just has to go. It has lived its life. Now you need to pass it on to somebody else. Get your money out and use that money to buy something new that you can possibly sell at a higher price.
Right. Keisha actually has a pretty good question with the change of season. What are you doing with the winter items? Do you have a sale? Do you promote more, or just leave them for next year? It's a good question.
It really depends on the particular item. Yeah. Some items are so special, and maybe you invested more in them, or even if you didn't have to put out a lot to get them, but they're really magnificent items, you let them hold on.
Yeah.
If it's a black bag or black shoes, I wouldn't be dumping black shoes just because it's really you're not going to sell as many of them in spring and summer.
Yeah.
If they're great shoes. It is important because I do think there is a point where you can have too many items in your closet and your sales slow down, as well as you can have too few and your sales slow down.
Yeah, same thing.
You want to be streamlined in the amount of items you have. So if it's something that you can pick up next year, next winter or whatever, let it go. Get your money out of it and move on. Because then you can, instead of investing more of your money into your spring or summer, goods, why not just, the winter that nobody wanted in the first place, sell it a little bit lower. It doesn't mean you have to lose money. And then take that money and invest it in the spring or summer, then hopefully you make a great profit on it.
Yes, indeed. I agree. I'm all about, I think mine, I'm trying to get it to where it's a 90-day cycle for the most part. And that's partially why I don't really do a lot of vintage. But if it's a popular vintage piece, like something that I think will go quickly, then I will take that one. But I'm more so wanting to move stuff than to get anything that's going to sit around for a while waiting on that special buyer. You know what I mean? I don't know.
So seeing a huge surge in plus size new with tags. Huge surge, especially on eBay. Yeah. And I think a lot of it. Look, I'll put myself into it. I gained a tremendous amount of weight in COVID because we were so safe. He gained 15 pounds. I'm not even going to tell you what I put on. I put on another human. you know, and I think because, you know, there are a lot of people, some people are fortunate and it didn't happen, but a lot of people put on a little weight in COVID.
Yep.
So it's spring, you know, it looks like maybe we're going to have a little more freedom. People want to go out more. They want pretty clothes again. So there's a huge surge. A lot of people have at least went up one size during COVID.
Yep.
So if they were a large, they're an extra, so forth and so on. You know, we're doing really, especially on eBay, like we are blowing plus
And
out.
Mercari too.
And Mercari too.
Mercari.
That is a good tip, especially for those of us that are not really selling that. I wanted to say hi to Regina.
Hi, Regina.
We love Regina. But one thing that I wanted to ask you about, because, okay, are you keeping all of your inventory at home, or do you have a storage, or how is it working with your inventory, you said?
We do have a small storage.
Okay.
And then the rest we keep at home. You know, the storage are really things that, one, I don't think we're going to sell too soon. You know?
I can't.
I know. Lisa Jules said me too.
Thank you. That's what I was going to say. And that's why I love her so much.
I know.
Human Martha.
Right.
I love Martha. The Poshkings love Martha.
Exactly. We kind of have it in two places.
Yeah.
And look, you just make the best you can.
Yeah.
I have to be honest. We're cheapskates. I think people a lot of times
they overextend themselves.
But even that, because we get like really elaborate questions about inventory. Like people think we probably have
like a warehouse,
you know, dripping with velvet drapes and all that jazz. And we're really sensible. Like we'll put bins and pack them beautifully and put them under a bed.
Yeah, or like in our closet or our guest bedrooms closet.
Yeah,
and we have a 3-bedroom, so they go everywhere. All the bins go everywhere. All this, everything goes everywhere.
You have.
Use the space you have.
Some people really jump into spending money in, you know, storage spaces and you know that look gorgeous. You know, and they have these beautiful racks and this and that. We're cheapskates.
Yeah.
You know, we make a good income, but we are cheap as I don't know what.
Well, because when we had our stores, there was so much overhead. You had rent, then you had
payroll, insurance,
advertising, credit card machine. You had also the companies you bought from. There were so many things that were overhead. You can cut all that out by just
working more cheaply.
Try to like break it down as much as you can. I love Keisha, by the way.
She was like,
she's a pure animal. Yes, hon. Yes.
Oh, so I'm not the only one. I'm cheap.
We're here.
The thrift stores has really spoiled me not to want to spend the money when I go to the resale store. I'm like, you know,
of course,
you don't want to.
No,
I mean, so I do understand that. So I wanted to ask you guys though, do you offer any type of mentorship?
Well, I mean, we're always open, to helping people, when they ask questions. I think, and we did an interview last week, and it's kind of a similar topic, but we feel it's so important, especially for someone that's really, they're newer. The biggest mistake we made starting out was we were too nervous to ask anyone. So we suffered in silence and learned our own way and made it happen. But we also were the only male sellers on Poshmark at the time, so they thought we were total wackadoodles. Back in early 15, these guys selling women's stuff.
Yeah.
But ask people, and especially, if you see someone that obviously has a certain level of success or knowledge, our advice always is, say hello, introduce yourself. Don't just ask the question.
Okay.
They'll go, where'd you get this? Where'd you get those merchandise? You say, hey, how are you? I'm such and such. I'm starting out. It sets a really good tone. And also, I think the most successful sellers or knowledgeable ones, you know, are cool with getting questions.
Yeah.
You know, 1 or 2 a week is totally good.
Yep.
You know, and then maybe you have 3 or 4 people that you ask questions of each week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the worst thing you can do is when you reach out to get someone, to have someone help you or share their knowledge, is go, I really want to be a full-time seller. I want to make a lot of money.
Give me step by step.
How do I do it?
Okay, that's a long,
That's a lot.
complicated, complex question.
Break it down.
Break it
learn
down.
slowly.
Yeah.
You know, and learn it slowly. Even if you kind of keep in contact with 3 or 4, you know, people that are really knowledgeable, you can learn a lot really fast.
Yep.
You know,
I like that. Like, keep it simple, because I know I had never done a live sale before, for example, but I knew a couple people on Instagram that had done that. So I just reached out to them and I was like, you know, how does this work or how does that work? A couple questions. That was that on that. I interact with these people all the time anyway. So they didn't have a problem, man. I didn't think they would either, because I kind of interact with them. You know, you watch the stories and you say things and anything, you know, and I already knew that the relationship had already been there. So that might be something you might want to do too. Maybe beforehand, think about interacting with them first, you know?
Yeah, of course, of course.
and I think most people are eager to help. Most people, you know, it just can't, you know, sometimes, and again, most people are totally cool, you know, but sometimes we'll get like a simple question that could really involve us 3 or 4 hours to explain. Like a really, and look, we're trying to, you know, do our thing too, and, you know, make our hustle. So a lot of, you know, people that maybe that have the knowledge you're seeking don't have extended periods of time to devote. So but definitely can give you something.
Yeah.
Keisha says, that's why I appreciate Brittany's channels and you guys for appearing tonight. It's motivating and inspiring. That is pretty much my purpose. So,
thank you so much, Keisha.
But, you know, she brings up a really good point when she says it's motivating and inspiring. I was just thinking about it earlier. I was like, okay, I do motivational Mondays and stuff. And this one is success as a mindset. And so with that being said, what helps you to I guess, stay motivated when you're not motivated? You know, you don't have that when it runs out, because it does sometimes.
And look, it does. I mean, again, you know, we've been doing this for a while. We have a certain level of success in doing it. We have bad days. You know, we have sometimes a bad week. It happens. First of all, I really believe people need to look at their month.
Yeah. Not day to day. Not day to day.
You know, and people don't realize this. Like, we could have a $3,000 Saturday, but our Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday could be goose eggs.
Goose eggs.
Zero.
It's just, you have to,
it happens.
Yeah.
So you have to look
have it
at
every day.
The month as a total. Yeah. You know, first of all, you know, I also think you can't compare yourself to someone else.
True.
You know, if you're somebody that's been, you know, doing the hustle for 3 or 4 months, you can't look at somebody that's doing it for 5 years and wonder why you're not in the same level. Situation. You know,
you'll get there.
We all get there.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I think the best thing someone can do for themselves is work, have set hours. You know, if you, whatever you want, whatever type of income you're searching, have set hours, work your, you know, your business, but also allow time for yourself.
Yeah, of course.
And time for yourself doesn't necessarily mean, you know, cooking dinner for the kids. You know, it means, you know, literally you have to have recovery time. You know, so when you work effectively and efficiently.
Yes, agreed. Look, agreed. I can feel you on that. So, with that being said, I do want to ask you 1 or 2 things, maybe, you know, 1 or 2 things that you think has been like key in you being successful. Now, I know, I think I can guess that one of them is, you know, that self-care and taking that time when you need it. But what is there anything else that you want to, because I can guess that that's one of them. But if it's not, let me know.
Well, definitely like retail background. It's been our key.
It's been a huge help.
The retail background histories.
Been in the field for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to be able to adjust to what's going on in society, I guess you can say. Like, you know, like when things are going up and down, you figure out how to like change your business format, so to say.
Based off of that, right? Pivot. Like,
You definitely have to pivot. You know, it's imperative to grow, you know, and also so that you don't become personally stale.
Yeah.
You know, it's all ever changing. What we did, what we sold 5 years ago is nothing than what we do now. You know,
so you try new things.
you have to try, and it's exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to be honest. When we, again, that store that we went and bought, you know, a ton of things that took us forever to ring us up. It was all retail arbitrage, and it was exciting again. You know, you have to look for the excitement in your business,
Yeah.
and the excitement then carries over to your general life. You know, if you're not feeling happy about what you're doing, what are you going to do to change it?
Yep.
You know,
That's
you have to do, and it may not be you have to totally reinvent the wheel, but find something that will give you the energy to change it. We have lots of days where we're like, ugh. You know, people think we're like so happy about sharing all the time. No, 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 that's not how it goes. But we know it's part of, you know, making money. It's
part of
what
it.
you do.
Yep.
Do you have like some, like, with that being said, I did wonder that too, was because I do this, but do you like sometimes have like something that you might have thought about and then you just put it in your phone and then you post it another day? Like, I do that, like ideas. And so I'll put my ideas in my notes or something like that. And then I might post it on another day. You know, I may not post it right away. I might have forgotten about it. You know?
Yeah, of course. You know, I have to be honest, you know, I wake up, I literally sleep and dream about business ideas and like and crazy things like that. And I wake up in the
2
morning and I
o'clock,
tell
3
about
o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning.
and I tell about it. You know,
Yeah.
like it hits you,
Yeah.
and yeah, there's always a new way of doing things. And look, you have to be creative. There are a lot of people doing what we're all doing, and guess what? There are a lot of people that are going to be doing it, you know, in the future.
Oh,
It's big business right now, so you have to stay on top, you know, and you have to enjoy it. Not everything's going to be enjoyable, but you know what? Some of it will.
Yeah.
You know, and also something that's been so monumental to us, and it never fails to not happen. When we're like, you know, kind of over the business, so to speak, and it does happen.
Yeah.
You know, at times, you know, we're having a couple days, we're sick of it.
Kind of like burnt out, a little tired.
Yeah.
Which is normal in
With
retail, by
any
the way.
job.
Any retail or any job for that matter.
Somebody in the community will say something so nice
And just
and like really like snap you out of it and bring you forward. You know, and that's something that exists especially in the Poshmark community, is that, and why it was designed in the manner in which it was, is people interact. You know, use these support systems. You know, don't use these people every day to complain. But you know, if you're if you're a little off your game, you know, don't be afraid to tell somebody.
Yeah.
And you know, we had a very good friend today that just was, you know, kind of off her game,
having a bad day,
and
which is normal.
you know what you do? We stopped, we took time, and you know, invested in her. And trust me, there have been times when we have been off, you know, our rocker, and she does the same. Poshmark is not only about selling, it's not only about money, it's about relationships. And that is the beauty of it.
And that's the
turn to your
advantage.
friends when you're in need.
Absolutely. And that's the advantage of having this compared to a brick and mortar store. You know, we are all in the same boat, so we're all going to try to help each other. We're here to support each other. Raise each other up when we're feeling down. It's an amazing
brick and mortar. The other stores are trying to make you go out of
I mean, we
business.
used to like have to like try to combat our neighboring stores that were competition.
That's
so
kind
it's
of the
tough.
nature of brick and mortar.
That's the nature of brick and mortar retail. So we definitely have an advantage doing this.
Yeah, it's good. We're happy.
Yeah, that's good. Terry says, Brad and John, I really appreciate everything you do in the community. You two are so gracious. Many blessings to you. I feel the exact same way. You guys saw that. I was like, these guys are so humble. You know what I mean? Like, that's a perfect example of how you should be no matter what level you're on.
We're all doing the same thing, and we all do the same thing.
Yeah.
I totally agree. And Keisha, I agree with that quote right there.
Yeah, very much.
I love it. Keisha says,
absolutely.
Favorite quotes is, if we don't change, we don't grow. If we don't grow, we aren't really living. That's facts. I like that. That's true. No doubt about it. Let's see what Hillary has to say. I always feel like I'm missing out as a part-time reseller because I don't have the time to do all of the things I'd love to do platform and idea-wise. That's true, because then you're working your main job and then you don't have enough time to go to Posh and Sips and, just posting all the time and, engaging as much as you probably would want to do.
Course. Yeah, of course.
But I think, if I don't know, because some people want to keep their full-time jobs. That's another whole nother topic. But sometimes your job's not.
There are jobs out there that are very worth keeping.
Right. They're like, I'll keep
like the side hustle.
But they love the reseller community as well. Actually, Lisa says, amen. I say all the time, we cannot be a successful reseller without building the essential relationships in our community. That's like number one for me. Like, that's the reason why I'm doing all I'm doing YouTube and I'm doing all the shows. I added more on and live because they're interactive. So, and because I'm not a good editor, but don't tell nobody that. So whatever it is, it's just whatever it is.
It is what it is.
I can't go back and change anything or take any when I bent over to turn the heater off because I'm always cold, and I didn't wear socks. See that, but anyway, but that's just one of the things. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really edit anything out. Right. So the last thing that I want to go over, because it's almost been an hour, but it's been great. It always is. It seems like I never have enough time to say everything that I want to say because you guys are so amazing. But I wanted to ask you one last question. Do you prefer home cooked food or to go out to eat? No, that's silly, but I mean, which one is do you like to actually cook your meals at home, or rather you would want to go out? Or not even you cooking them, just home cooked food?
Okay. I prefer to go out. And this is why. Because despite the fact that I need to lose weight right now, when we're at home, we really try to eat very healthy. Very smart. We use lettuce instead of bread and all that mayhem and foolishness.
Yeah.
Whereas when we go out, we go, we're already out. How can we say no to this amazing food? So the food is far more delicious when we go out than when we're at home.
Yeah. Yes, I can't. I don't think I can really argue with that because I do eat pretty healthy too. But I'm working on trying to get everything that's not so healthy out of the house so that I can get it's basically stacked back up. But think about it, I'm getting ready to move in a couple months, and that's another reason why I'm emptying everything, because I'm like, okay, and then when I do bring stuff in, it's stuff that I can easily get rid of so that when it's time to move, I'm not moving a bunch of stuff out of this pantry.
Exactly.
I want it minimized,
Smart. Very smart.
You see me doing some more live sales and teaming up with some people and doing some live sales. We got to get this stuff going. But it was so great to have you here again. If you had one thing, though, that you could leave everybody with, maybe just one major tip, each of you, what would that be? Just to leave us with something.
And simply visible. Also,
are you going to take mine?
Buy the best merchandise you can afford.
Okay.
Yeah. And what I mean by that is
sometimes.
Hold up, it's mine. What I mean by that is, often if you invest maybe a little bit more in something, your turnover can be so much better. And I will be honest, we're really trying. Yes, we sell things for $4 or $5 at times because we're just done with them. We want to move them on, or $10 items. But it's so much easier making a really lucrative income when you're selling fewer items and the items are a little more expensive. Yep. It just allows you to work a little, not as hard, and get the numbers up a little higher.
So I think it's important to have a good mix. That's why I don't mind selling the lower end.
I agree with that. Absolutely. Because look, we don't want to alienate anyone. I'll take any sale that comes down.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you can pop in, let's say on a weekend, 2 or 3 of the higher price sales, it can really, throw your weekend to another level. Look, we sell plenty of items in the $20, $25, $15 range. Mm-hmm. It's all a sale and everything is money.
It is. It all adds up.
Yeah, it all adds up. There is no shame in the game.
And we try to focus towards all the all the different levels of money. So Anything from a $5 sale or a $500 sale.
Yeah, we'll take it all. And you?
That's what I was going to say, actually. So
He know that he's backing out of it. That is not true. Don't listen to him.
That and also reach out to people. We always tell everybody, you know, this is a community. The reseller community is. So reach out, ask questions. Everybody's going to help you out if you can.
You know something we've been doing recently, and it's really working well for us. You know, because look, everybody gets the crazy lowball offer. Trust me, we get tons of them
All day.
We have started, and look, it's annoying at times. It's really annoying.
It is.
And what we do now, we will write the person once we have sent them our final number.
Right.
Write them and say, look, there will be no better price on this item. This is it. This is our final price. We certainly respect if it's not within your budget. However, do not anticipate us at any point going any lower than what the offer you just received. If you like the item, please purchase it now and it will ship in the morning. Otherwise, it's been great. Thank you. Bye.
That also works well.
Boy, bye.
Well,
that's how I feel too.
You have to address it. Or these crazy lowballers will haunt you like a ghost. Seriously.
Facts.
I say, and then they were like, well, what if they keep coming back? Then I don't write a message the next time, but I always leave it out there. That's another thing that I want to say. If you leave it out there, then they have an opportunity to accept that. But if you don't respond back or you decline, you have no opportunity to get the sale. So I would say, even if they keep trying to go back and forth, just send them that last offer. It's the same. So if they come back with 18 and they're trying to handle your 17, 18, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep sending you that same offer back.
Yeah.
And, well, they know where you stand.
Yep.
And the same thing when I write them, because they think, sometimes, the clients that are the lowball clients, they think that, if they hold off for a week or this or that or whatever.
Right. They come back.
And I think if you write them and just say, and be polite, you don't have to be
of course.
You write them and say, this is it.
Yeah.
At whatever point, it will never change from this.
Yeah.
We've been having a lot of success in the last month of people going, okay, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
It's really been working.
It happens on eBay too, by the way.
It happens a lot on eBay.
On eBay.
Same person. But Lisa Jules says, you gentlemen are true gems in our community. Words cannot express my appreciation for you both. Oh, it's so sweet. I'm in total agreement. I am in total agreement. Hey, Christy, we're getting ready to finish up here because I've kept them long enough, and they were so gracious to come on here and spend a good old hour with me, and I do really appreciate it. And I want to let you guys know, I usually let you guys tell everybody where they can find you, but I know we can find you for sure on IG as the Posh Kings. But I wanted to announce that you will be doing, it's a plus size Posh and Sip. You're going to make an appearance, right, at that Posh with
Rhonda,
the Pink Diva Studio.
With Rosalind, yes.
With Rosalind. And we have two on Sunday.
We have two on this Sunday, and then we have one the week after, I believe.
Oh gosh, you guys got
another big interview being announced Friday.
We're going to announce Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been a busy week.
But yeah, so we have two on Sunday. One is with Bell and Blue, Jen, Bell and Blue, and then with Evolving Ways, Terry.
Yes.
2 different times. We're doing both those shows, and then
all different topics.
And the week after is Magnus Tips, Rosalind, and Jasmine Violet.
It's a busy time.
Yeah.
I pretty much know all those.
Better be wanted than not.
Yeah. So you have an opportunity to catch them again because they're great. So
thank you.
Also, you guys already know where you can find me here. Success is a Mindset series. I'll be here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining, and good night, everybody.
Thank you so much for having us.
Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. No, you're welcome. Thank you for